10. Alex goes in the confessional and says he doesn't want anyone to know anything about his real life, while at the same time revealing everything about his real life and just every detail you would need to track him down, not knowing the show is live.
I came in here like to play, hopefully we can keep this off the record. I came in here to play into a role. I don't want anyone knowing like inside and out, really outside information about my life. I'm creating a character on here. I don't want them knowing anything about my real personal life outside of here. Not my real name, is Stefan Alexander, you know what I mean? I accidentally told someone that, and I wish I hadn't done that.
Mizzy feels like her popularity and power within the game is much lower than it used to be, and forms a bond with Alex B. Jet, or whoever was controlling Director Cam at the time, was seemingly pretty bored and was having fun doing the old posture meme. In the AM, we get some confessionals to kick things off. Alex B is feeling the pressure as there's only 9 fish left in the house, and he may very well be the swing vote in the house, as technically he's voting for 2 because Bert would just vote for whoever he votes for. Smack doesn't like it when Computer is mean to her or when it hurts other people's feelings, but she also likes the fact that it's quirky, and because she thrives in chaos. Her self-assessment couldn't be any further from the truth. Bert is scared of a balloon. Ben reassures Bert that Computer cannot monitor physical attributes for like the 30th time. And as soon as Computer is turned on, he listens to her medical advice.
Bert, you need to drink more water.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
TTS wakes up a slumbering Bert.
Psycho. No, it's the same sign. No, it's not.
Asked my buddy ChatGPT for a joke about Famous House. Here's the result. Famous House is a maze, but with no cheese. WTF.
I have played this game. Okay. There's no prize. You're just running around crazy. That's messed up.
In one of my favorite clips of the season so far, Bert is doing some shadow boxing by himself. Alex loses his watch, and TTS tells him to search high. The house buys it. And then we have a random licensed music dance party. And Jet plays La Bombo in Confessional. Earlier in the day, the fish were complaining that they need more vitamin D, and then Ben does a pretty genius bit where he makes a TTS message asking him to get more vitamin D, but also runs upstairs so he's there when it plays, furthering the ruse of the AI.
I was asked to tell you to put vitamin D on the list. The contestants need vitamin D.
That's so Thank you, Computer!
Symbol's cabinet is gathered by G, who tells them they need to start playing dirty in the presidential campaign, and they have to make smear posters and hang them up around the house. He then approaches Alexis and gives her sort of the same instructions. He kind of forgets to tell her to be mean. Alexis is upset that Symbol was given all the artists in the house and wants to give up immediately. Team Symbol comes up with a slogan idea to trash Alexis and her fake boobies. Alex B isn't a fan, and then Ben pulls him aside and asks him if he'd rather work for the other team, to which he accepts. When he arrives, Alex B is all amped up, ready to go to war with Symbol. But Alexis, finding out that the other team is being mean about her, doesn't want to be mean back and starts crying because she doesn't like the idea of people being mean. Alex B's energy was not helping the situation either.
Alexis, everyone will see that. Kill him with kindness. If he's gonna...
I get smeared every day in my life. Everyone always has to try to pick
and guess what
all
happens,
these
Madam
things
President?
out, so I don't want...
Production drag in the money cube from season 2 to add a little motivation to these fish. G makes some of the fish take a political compass test.
Girls are. Like, seriously, show that shit. None of us are artists. Kill him with kindness. None of us have artists. We're gonna draw rainbows and hearts.
All right, question 1, Lexi. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
Repeat the question.
Do you agree, disagree, strongly agree, or strongly disagree?
Always ask to repeat the question. It's always okay, isn't it? Is that okay? Her to ask? Always ask.
Say it again.
Just a little slower.
If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would agree. It serves the people, not the corporations.
Mm-hmm.
Would you strongly agree, or would you just agree?
Strongly agree.
Strongly.
During Alexis's, Mizzy checks in on her because she heard about her crying from the possibility of people being mean. She also asks if anything is off limits.
I didn't know what it could be because I know people can be pretty cutthroat and like the worst just like came to my mind of what everyone could say about me.
That makes sense.
All right, we gotta get back to this.
Okay, sorry.
Thanks, Mizzy.
So then did you want us to like, is there anything
If
you don't
you-
off limits or like?
Just honestly, I think you guys, I appreciate the compassion and it is what it is and I'm gonna understand. I just needed to get my head a little better.
So is there anything that like is off
My
limits?
son.
Of course.
That's it. Basically, I can try to take everything else, but just
Okay.
my son.
All right, I love you.
Thank you.
And they gave you some really sweet
I see
signs.
those. Thank you.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. You disagree?
I do disagree.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society.
I would strongly agree with that.
Okay, I disagree. Because I feel like now that it has to be either brought or sold, so many people not getting their shit took. Because when the land was free, a lot of it came and got took from my ancestors, like Native Americans, whatever the case may be. And that was because it was free. Nobody owned it because it wasn't paid for. So.
My ancestors too.
Yep.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made.
And the smear poster challenge is reset because neither team seemed to smear the other team, opting instead to just say nice things about themselves.
No one can feel naturally homosexual.
Disagree.
That's a good tagline for a product. It's naturally homosexual. You would disagree with that.
Yeah.
G arrives out of character, even telling the cameramen to go and leave their cameras because this isn't a scene, and basically gives them the no more friend tank talk from season 2, but albeit in a slightly nicer manner.
You guys are all really nice people. I'm a nice person, typically, believe it or not. And what we need you to understand is that this environment that you're in is radically different. It's an inversion of the real world. It's not the real world. And we need you guys to start, you don't need to film like this, you just put it down. We need you guys to start essentially acting more like you're on a reality show, because you are. We're creating a hyperbolic, high amplitude version of the conflict and the drama that exists in the real world so that viewers can get a condensed version of what it's like to experience human interaction, rapid fire, high octane, etc. And when we come to you, when I tell Peyton to steal Mizzy's diary, it's not to Mizzy. It's to give you an opportunity to be a reality TV star. Our ratings right now, I can't tell you what they are. They're very high. We are picked up for a second season. I would like it to be a success. I would like my dream, okay, ultimately to create the Empowerment Factory and teach art to inner city kids. But on the way there, I'd like to create a reality TV dynasty. I'd like to create 10 seasons, something like Big Brother, where everybody, you touch this show and you're famous. You don't have to worry for the rest of your life. If your face is on the show, you don't have to worry for the rest of your life because you can go stream, you can sell t-shirts, you can get commercial gigs, whatever the you want to do, you can go grab it. It's there because of this opportunity of being here. That doesn't happen if we're doing kindergarten. This is little kid guys. And I know that you are all nice people. If we were talking outside that door right now, I would be very nice to you. I would be being nice to you. But I want you have 5 weeks to become a reality, this is not, it's not bullshit either. If your face is on the, if we create this show the way we want to, if you give us, if you get us there, we will get you there. I will make sure your face is money for the rest of your life. I will do that if you give me anything, if you give me enough so that I can have a job after this. I'm not going back to, Ben, what were you doing before this, McDonald's?
Yeah.
So, we can't have crybaby time. If you want to cry, you can just go. If you leave, if you walk out that door, I'm going to come outside, I'm not going to be like, you did such a bad job. I'm going to be like, sorry, I know it's tense in there. I'm glad you gave it a try. I'm glad you stepped out before it got too hot. That's what I'll say to you. We're not going to be pissed off if you need to leave because make fun of Lexi. Oh my God, that's so horrific. How could you do that? Come on, guys. We have to step it up. Y'all have a list every day. Avocados, pregnancy test, whatever. We're going to try to make you comfortable. What I'm going to do for you that you don't know, that's not on your list, I'm doing my damnedest to make sure that you are famous for real. It's the name of the show. Season 2's locked in. Our ratings are very high. So I'm also on your list. You don't know it's there, but it's make you famous. Make it so that you can go from here and do something else, something high profile, whatever you want. But what we need in return is we need you guys to step it up a little bit. If we tell you to somebody, if we give you an opportunity to make yourself look like an asshole, whatever, just don't be afraid to bare your fangs in here. Because everybody in here knows that it's fake. Everybody in here, you know if somebody does something weird to you in here, it's not the same as out there. Everybody's going to be friends after this. That's the way reality TV shows work. Big Brother cast, they're all friends. Another thing is, don't get friendly with the camera guys and the crew. Because that's not going to make the edit. If you're like, yo, what's up, Vance? That's just going to be cut out. And it's also going to make him worse at doing his job. So just leave the crew be.
Yeah, just when we hand you guys a prompt for conflict or drama or something, just remind yourselves that I don't think any viewers are going to be taking it to heart that you show your fangs or be fierce in here.
Nobody's going to look at you and be like, oh, that guy's a jerk. That's not the way. That's not what reality TV fans do.
I think one thing I hear a lot from like the casting process is people, yeah, that's definitely true. People say that why they wanted to do a reality show is because they watched reality shows before, and I'm sure some of you can attest to this. You watched a reality show and you saw someone on screen that was like they were like not a good player, and you had this like mind virus of like, if I was there, I would not be doing that. You know, like, why is he doing that? Why is she doing that? That like frustration of like, why are they playing that way? If I was there, I would act differently. You know what I mean? Has anybody felt like that? Well, you're here. That has come to fruition. You know what I mean? And there will be people, you know, the cycle repeats. There will be people who are going to be watching episodes of this show, and maybe you're that person now. You know what I mean? Why is she doing that? Why isn't he doing this? You know, I just find it interesting that maybe coincidentally, that could be applied to some of you guys. And maybe that's the whole reason you're here. You know?
Nobody wants to be the next Ian.
That's what we're getting at. Can we all agree that Ian sucked the air out of the room? He was doing nothing. And I think that's why, I mean, speaking aside from anything here, there was really no strategy to kicking Ian, because you guys probably could have got Ian out whenever. You could have convinced Ian that there was a weed delivery truck outside. He would have walked out the door. Okay? And not to dunk on Ian too much, it's whatever. But it was like frustrating to you guys that you guys were all here and you worked for this opportunity, and then there's this guy on the couch who's a boulder and he's not taking it as seriously as you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was, I feel like it was insulting to each and every one of you that he was here and he wasn't trying. No one here is to that degree, but who is the closest? Who is the next Ian? Because there are people here who aren't taking the game that seriously. There are people who have been involved in shows, who have left. Another thing, I don't have the orator experience that G does, so excuse me if I'm tripping up on my words, but for the first season of a show, like this show,
This lives forever.
you will be constantly compared, like our second season, which is a year out, whatever. Who even knows who's going to be on that show? But what if there's somebody who has some of the same tendencies as Smack? Or what if there's someone who gets compared to Binks? You guys are the comparison point for all future contestants. So you need to think about, who am I? What pattern am I setting? And what is my legacy on the show? Who knows?
Everybody who's boring in the future is, oh, that's season 3's Ian.
Yeah.
Oh, that's season 3's, who's the most boring right now?
There's going to be a next Ian. There's going to be a dud, right? Who's the next Alex? Who's the next Alexis? Who's the next Binks? You can't control that, but you can control what does it mean to be the next Alex? What does it mean to be the next Binks? That's it. I just want to remind you guys that you guys have control right now. And that it's day 10, things are going to heat up and tensions are going to rise. And that's the sacrifice that you guys take as entertainers to go through that stress, because without stakes, that's a show nobody wants to watch. That's all. That's all I have to say. I just want you to, and that shouldn't scare you. That should be.
This should awaken a fire within you.
That's power. That's responsibility. That's opportunity. Nothing good comes easy. I just wanted to give this pep talk to you guys to show you guys the gravity, because right now you may be feeling certain things, but a year from now, 2 years from now, your name will come up in like a pattern. You know what I mean? You won't even be thinking about it, but there will be people all around thinking, he's acting like Bert. Or I remember when Smack did that. That was Laurent's strategy. You know what I mean? So, see, Alex there is smiling because do you see what I mean? There's potential in that.
Tears, like, man.
Let me ask you something. Does anybody remember watching TV during COVID?
Yeah.
Would you say that it helped you get through it?
Yeah.
Does anybody have an abusive childhood where maybe you escaped by watching TV? Does that sound familiar? Does that sound hypothetically possible?
It does.
Has anybody been in the hospital for more than 2 weeks and all you had was TV? Right?
Somewhere like it.
There's going to be millions of people watching you. And these people in here who are going to be your friends for the rest of your life, they will forgive you. They'll forgive you if you make good content, all right? That's all we're asking for. Because there are people watching this. I don't need TV, okay? I got a BMW i8 for the next 5 weeks. I got cigars. I don't need TV, okay? But there are people who need TV. There are people who are so f***ed up, they'd rather watch you than deal with their actual life. So let's act like it, okay?
React Simply on Twitter, go give him a follow. He also does like daily clips on YouTube as well. He said something pretty insightful about the scene, saying G was not wearing his traditional hat, a way to indicate to the fish that he was out of character, which is also a play on the term no cap, as in he's not lying. Bert has trouble putting a shirt on.
Bert, honey, do you
need help.
Anybody can get sick out of this hole.
Someone help Bert put his shirt on.
Child.
Yeah, I mean,
Just stick your
Okay,
head
let's-
You got the right hole. Yeah, you had it.
Finally, the fish actually make their mean posters and hang them up around the house. G pulls Lexi into confessional to make her turn against one of the girls and turn up the heat between her and Symbol.
Pick one of the girls for me to kick.
Mizzy.
Okay. All right. What I need you to do is I need you to lead the charge against Symbol. Okay. Does anybody realize that he's completely fake?
Yeah.
Okay. Does everybody realize that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. Well, I mean, I think people that are starting to ally with him are trying to like turn against the people that realize it, but
He's, I mean, I've sort of structured my life so I don't have to deal with people. So it's not like it's not a huge claim. It's not a really, it's not a big deal that I say this, but he is the person that I've interacted with maybe in 10 years, something like that. He's a shockingly huge piece of shit. And he brings up his disabled brother to get brownie points. Did anybody pick up on that? Did you pick up on that? Mm-hmm. He's done it like 3 times. Oh. Yeah, I get that he's got a bringing that up on a reality show, like making that public to get people on your side. That's f***ed up. That's f***ing weird. He's a freak, and I'm sick of him trying to give me pounds and like be buddy with me, and also that he is in his mind he's in an alpha male competition with Alex, who is a drug addict, and with Bert, who is a gay guy, which is fine, but to be like, I'm gonna out alpha the gay guy, who Bert is like schizophrenic. He's his own sort of like, there's an innocence to him because he's so crazy.
yeah.
And Symbol is like trying to muscle in and like shoulder into photos and stuff. It's weird.
Bert is scared of becoming a cyborg.
My first act as president will be to upgrade all you inferior meat bags with circuitry and chromium steel augmentations.
Meat bags. I love that. Meat bags. My bio. Meat bag.
Contestants, who do you think is the least popular cast member?
TTS tells Bert to dissect the beanbag chair, which he does. Ben talks about a new hat he's getting.
Was that actually Doc Holliday's hat?
It's the same one.
It's the same model?
It's made by the same guy who made all the hats in Tombstone.
Yeah.
And they're made one at a time.
Yeah.
And it's signed by Val Kilmer himself.
You might have to get that.
I already bought it.
Okay. Good call. Does he do other hats?
Yeah, but they're not good.
Damn.
He has one that it's a heart with an arrow through it and it says Val.
I might get that one.
G pulls everyone into the den for the elections, but first wants to know how much money is in their bank accounts.
All right, check it, y'all. Who's never seen 50 grand? 50 grand in real life. Never seen it?
No.
Anybody? Nobody? Check this. In my banking account, I have. Check this. Right now, in my bank account, I have $7,000. That's money from this show. It's the first time I've had over $2,000 in my bank account in 10 years. Digest that. How much money y'all rocking?
$800.
You have 800 bucks? Cool, that's about where I was at. You?
500.
Okay. You?
Are we including credit card debt?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe like 500.
How much debt do you have?
Maybe like 10,000.
Kick ass. I have 70,000. How much debt do you have?
90 grand. Oh, God.
Kick ass. Rock star. How much debt do you have?
Luckily none yet.
Boom. Laurent, how much money you got?
Like 700 and something.
Any debt?
I don't worry about it.
It's a lot though.
I'm gonna be rich tomorrow, so I don't worry about my credit score.
Kick ass. Alex B, how much money you got, bro?
Man, I've got a lot in my future if I can prove myself worthy to my family, or else I ain't got zero, in my dad's words.
Word. Bert, how much money you have, bro?
In my checking accounts so far, at least 30,000.
30,000, nice. Sometimes it pays to be gay.
Bisexual.
Bisexual. Any debt?
Including my mortgage and business loan debt, like $500,000 debt.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Savage. Symbol, how much money you got, bro?
Not the 50 you're offering.
How much do you have?
Not the 50 you're offering.
Do you have less than 10,000? Mizzy, how much money you got?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even have enough money to pay my, like, I'm negative money, like probably negative like 2,000 just to be here on this show.
Word.
Yeah.
Ha Biggs, how much money you got?
Not enough. Last I checked, like 250.
Word.
That's a bad time.
All right. Does anybody know what's in that box?
Money?
Money. Duh.
Future.
Anybody want to get more specific?
Future.
A future, a life, a dream, everything someone could want to set themselves up for everything they need. A life, man, a changed life.
How much money's in the box?
I counted like 480, 500K.
There's another layer down here.
Okay.
There's 21 layers, 12 sets of $2,000 stacks. That's 12 sets of $2,000 stacks. That's $504,000.
Bam!
Now check it.
One.
Now check it. That's 504 grand. Ha ha ha! Now y'all, I wish that money was mine. Everybody knows I need it. But yo, here's the thing. This money could be yours. I want it to be yours. I want to give you as much of this money as humanly possible. But Director Ben said, no way. No way are we giving away all that money for no good reason. So here's the deal. Director Ben came up with these. He cooked these up. Famous bucks. Ha ha ha! Famous bucks is our new reward system. Check it out. It's even got me, Jeremy Gold, aka G, in the center. One famous buck is redeemable on the outside world. It is worth $100 US. All right? You cannot steal famous bucks from each other. If you are caught stealing or tampering with another contestant's famous bucks in any way, you will be kicked off the show. All right?
Yes.
Once you leave the show, these famous bucks, you hand them in to us, $100 each. If you get 10 famous bucks, how much is that? Dog. That's $1,000, dog. That's $1,000, yo. Now if you get 50 famous bucks, what that worth? That's $5 grand. If you get 20 famous bucks, that's $20,000. If you get 50 famous bucks, that's 5,000.
5,000. Yeah.
If you get 200 famous bucks, that's $20,000. If you get 500 famous bucks, that's $15,000. If you get 1,000 famous bucks, that's 10,000. What's 10,000? 1,000? They're $100 each. You get the idea. One famous buck is $100 US. Now here's the catch, y'all.
Yes, sir.
If you leave the show of your own volition, if you walk, if it gets too hot, you're gonna be forfeiting all the famous bucks that you earned to that point. The only way to hang on to your famous bucks is to hang here until you get eliminated or win the show. That's how you keep these. Now, who wants a famous buck, y'all? Ha ha! You get a famous buck. 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 Y'all, it's famous bucks for everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody gets a famous buck. I might even keep one myself and get myself something nice to eat tonight. Now guess what time it is, y'all? Election time!
And then it comes time for the elections. With the rules set in stone, the voting begins.
I'm voting for Symbol because I said I would.
Clearly, I'm going to be voting for myself.
I am voting for myself.
There's no really other choice.
Bert, big mistake.
Alexis!
My vote is for Lexi.
I'm voting Lexi for this.
Should we just burn them right here? What's that smell?
With all the votes cast, G reappears to reveal the election results.
It's time to count these votes, y'all. First vote. Ooh. Symbol. Second vote. Symbol. Now for that surprise twist I was telling y'all about. Can we call down and get that mail-in vote?
Let's play that mail-in vote.
I'm fine, and I miss all of you very much. Even though I can't vote in person, I sent a mail-in ballot. I'm voting for Symbol.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Now, there's something you need to know about computer. Computer actually has far greater capabilities than y'all have witnessed so far. Over the next couple days, we're taking some of those training wheels off and letting computer flex her muscle. If anything unexpected or weird happens in this house, computer might be to blame. You may never know. Computer, what's your vote?
I vote for Symbol. Symbol has what it takes to shake things up. Symbol should win.
It's 4 votes for Symbol, y'all. Looking pretty good, my man. What do you think, Peyton?
It's a joke. He's a joke. He shouldn't be standing up there.
Damn. Harsh words. Peyton, you might be right. Because all the rest of these votes are for Lexi.
Bert, in another moment of clarity, asks Symbol if he thinks Luke was a plant. Mizzy gets some Life is Mizzy t-shirts from production. Computer reveals to Bert that she's been watching him bird off.
Why do you know everything about Bert's Busters are leading the polls. Everyone loves watching Bert bust.
Bert bust a nut on that thing.
Maybe you watched me bust a nut. I thought I did it
Bust a
discreetly.
nut wide open.
Bert, you and I should speak one-on-one in the confessional about what happens when Bert likes to bust and spurt. You clowns need to get off the counters. Bing slept with Bert's bust and squirt cover, and 2 beds in B3 have Bert's cream and oil on them. He was very active.
What?
Then they have a second dance party of the day, playing a lot more licensed music. I don't even want to touch it. I can't play any of it, but it was actually a very sweet moment to have between the fish. After the music ends, we do get a La Bamba moment though, so I'll play that.
Oh, this table is not stable. I know, I think it's one.
They have to shoot a scene where Alex B is passed out from drinking too much in the vanity bathroom. And then we get a second scene where Bert must give Ms. the Riz.
Is that kind of the bad boy edge that you're looking for?
For sure.
It is?
I mean, for the scene.
In general.
No, he's not. He's healed. He's a little too healed for me.
You want him broken?
What?
You want him broken?
A little broken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bert, talk about how you might still be a little broken.
You could talk about risky behavior, that type of thing. Bad boy stuff, Bert.
Even though like I'm really happy now in a much better place, I'm not completely perfect. I mean, there's still some parts of me that are a bit broken.
Yeah.
Like I was in Gamers Anonymous for a while, then the pandemic happened, and then I kind of like stopped going, and then I kind of regressed back into some like risky gambling behavior. I mean, nothing super extreme, but like
Bert, let's
significant
go
enough
on.
to.
I love taking risks. I love living on the edge. That's why I skydive. And I want to live on the edge again. I could see us skydiving together.
I guess the thing with me is like I like to live on the edge, and I like to take risks. I like skydiving, and I hope that we can skydive together someday.
I don't like skydiving, I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Very too scary for me.
What could Bert tell you that would kind of wow you and impress you at this point?
I don't like telling men what to say. I like them knowing what to say. So, I don't know.
I think, even though like I haven't had a drink since 2011, seeing everyone here partying, drinking, smoking, it's kind of getting me in the mood to like go back to my old behavior.
No, I don't think you should do that. I think you should stay sober for sure.
You don't like telling men what to say, but you like telling them what to do?
I mean, like...
Hey, what's up? Bert here. I found some interesting things about Famous House. And now that I know what's going on, things are not going to be the same. Let's just say I have a lot of things stored in mind. And by the time this show is done, oh, buddy, they'll never forget me. I'll become a legend for decades to come. You count it.
And as our fish relax, chill, and drink, Bert gets another couple TTS's.
I didn't ask for God, realize never end. After everything you made. Yes?
Okay, Bert. Now we are alone. You can do the full body scan. Please stand atop the bed and spin around clockwise 3 times.
Okay. Hold on for a second.
KD 6-3. Bert, let's begin. Recite your baseline. A blood black nothingness began to spin.
Hold on. Here, hold on for a second. Let me just. Hold on for a few seconds. Let me just get it together. Okay. Okay, 360. Okay, computer, range begin. Computer. Manage to start. Okay. Okay, that's pretty tentatively. Computer. What is this?
Hey, Bert.
Yes.
Oh, yes, what's up? So a little earlier, I saw a clip of you in the confessional, and you said that you had something really special planned, and that people would remember you for decades to come.
Oh, that's just promo talk. I was
Analyzing data.
I just want you to
Analyzing
know,
data. Full body scan complete. You are the healthiest
you're not allowed to
contestant
hurt
here.
anybody.
I won't actually.
Okay, ever, no
Yes.
hurting. That's it.
Yeah, it's just like promo talk to get people jazzed up. That's what I meant.
Knuckles.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, Bert.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say before? I'm sorry. I got distracted. Can you please repeat? What was my body scan analysis? Computer.